Yeah, hey there, Carolina. This is Michael Buckoff from BetterTOEFLScores.com, and it looks like I'm reading your first essay that you submitted at my subscription site here. Let's take a look at the question. When people succeed in life is because of hard work. Being lucky has nothing to do with success in life. Do you agree or disagree with the quotation above? Use specific reasons and examples to explain your position. Excuse my voice right now. I have some allergies, but I'm actually not sick, but my voice is a little bit strange. All right, what I'm doing right now first is I went ahead and highlighted the thesis and the topic sentences of your paragraph. So let's take a look at the overall connectedness or coherence of the writing. So you say there are many reasons why people may be successful, such as work a lot, make effort to reach a goal, also be born in a successful family and follow the right orientation, or do what you love to do and be famous by your job. I think your thesis, it's too much. You're trying to do too much. It's a little complicated, but we'll simplify that in just a minute. But I get your point. Okay, so let's take a look at your first topic sentence. The first thing that people should focus is what type of aim they have and how to get there. Usually the path is long and will face a lot of obstacles in it. Now, I don't think this one works very well because if I go back to your thesis, you said work a lot and make an effort. But here you're saying people should focus is what type of aim they have and how to get there. But it doesn't directly connect back to that idea of working a lot and making an effort. But the goal kind of connects back because you have goals and aims and how to get there. I see that. So part of this first topic sentence, I guess it connects back to goal, but the rest of it doesn't connect back to this other part of your thesis, so I don't think that topic sentence is as organized as it could be. Let's take a look at the next one. Second point that I believe to be important is to be born in a rich and successful family. All right, that connects directly back to this idea. I see that. Another thing that could help succeed in life is do whatever you like to do. And that goes back to the third point. And then you have your conclusion. To become famous and successful in life, we have to work hard to get there. We need to trace a goal and put effort to reach it. In addition, we can combine luck and hard work to keep things on the right track. And you did say that in the beginning. You said it takes luck and hard work, so that kind of connects back to part of your introduction. You say, furthermore, people can use skills to succeed. Just doing things with pleasure is not easy and takes time, though the success is there for everyone. Okay, so how would you score right now, I think? Let's go over the essay one more time. This time, I want to make some specific corrections to kind of see how many problems you have. Maybe I'll just do, how about 2 paragraphs? I don't have enough time to correct all your paragraphs, but let's take a look at 2 of them and see what kinds of editing errors or editing things we need to do. So to have success in life that's not going to work, I think. I think you might want to say to have success in life, comma, then you can say people really you need an infinitive here to work hard. In my opinion, hard work and a little bit of luck makes everything. Conspire in favor, no. You're not using natural. A native speaker is not going to say everything conspires in favor to succeed in life. No, it's never going to happen. So we got to get rid of all that. So you might say hard work and a little bit of luck makes a person successful. I think that's a little bit better. Here, this is a big problem, that this next part. You have what I call parallel structure problems. You have so many ideas here, but you're not sure. You're trying to condense them using the colon there, But when you're using a colon, you don't use it after such as. If you said such as the following, maybe. But let's do this. There are many reasons why, but I think you can do this a more direct way. You can say people. I don't think may's the right one here. How about can? People can be successful. Let's say following reasons. Then we'll put our colon here. So make your sentence a little bit less wordy. I think you should check out, you need to check out my TOEFL grammar lesson 1, where I talk about sentence variety, and I want you to review my TOEFL grammar lesson 2, where it talks about being concise and how to eliminate unnecessary type words and things. I think those 2 grammar lessons can help you make some improvements. Okay, now we have to take this idea and condense it, I think, into 3 key points. People can be successful for the following reasons. You might say by working hard, to reach a goal, comma, by being born in a successful family, and following the right orientation, or even by doing what you love to do. Maybe say something like, thereby being famous at your job. But still, it's a little bit still awkward, but I think I've straightened out some of your what I call non-natural type expressions you're trying to use here. So again, you might say something like this: people can be successful for the following reasons: by working hard to reach a goal, by being born in a successful family and following the right orientation, or even by doing what you love to do, thereby being famous at your job. And I'm not saying by following here, I'm kind of using by being born. You could probably argue here, you could probably get rid of this one too. Maybe the parallel structure a little bit better there. So you have by being born and following the right orientation, or even doing what you love to do, thereby being famous at your job. So we straightened out some problems. Let's take a look at one more paragraph just so I can get a sense of the problems you're having with your writing in terms of grammar and such. The first thing that people should, it's not be focused. First thing that people should focus on is what type. Just say what aims they have and how. You said what aims they have and how they can achieve them. I think here I'm not going to say how to achieve them, because previously you said what aims they have or what goals they have. So you have a noun clause with a subject and a verb, and you have an. I think you need another noun clause with a subject and a verb. I would not reduce it at that point, because you create non-parallel structures. Usually the path is long, and we will face a lot of obstacles. You see, you're speaking in these really philosophical kind of generalities without any specifics here. You're not giving a face to your writing. So it's not going to help you very much to come up with the path is long, but it's like, for example, as an accountant, as I worked there and tried to move up in my position. I will face obstacles when being promoted. I mean, you have to get more specific and talk about specific things, but let's keep going. I'm just looking at the grammar right now. So, however, the obstacles are challenges that make us work more and learn about the difficulties. Again, very, very general, but this is good, though. As an illustration, a friend of mine came to, this is better saying this, came to the U.S. in order to be a supermodel. Wow. That's interesting. He said when she got here, the only job that she got was housekeeper. She didn't have much money. Maybe put a comma here. And she used to eat things from garbage cans to save money and make a professional photo shoot. After 5 years, she was selected to be a supermodel, and nowadays she is very famous all over the country. Wow, who is this? It doesn't matter, though. Even if it's not true, it doesn't matter. It's a good example, and it helps illustrate what you're saying. But what you didn't do, what you could do is at the very end here, you might say something like, as you can see, she overcame several obstacles before she became successful or something. I'm just saying that the illustration you gave, you need to tie that back to the topic that you stated in the beginning of that paragraph. Okay, no more editing now. I'm done with that. But I got a pretty good feeling of what kinds of problems you're having. I can figure out how to score you, I think. Let's take a look at the rest of the essay. So, second point that I believe to be important is to be born in a rich and successful family. People grow up with this mentality that they have to work hard and keep all heritages that their ancestors built. This is luck, though you forgot to put it. Though it is a big burden to carry during the life, or during one's life is even better. For example, the most famous, not shoes brand, but shoe brand in my country is called Azalea. The man who created that, I wouldn't put any commas there, by the way, started in the earliest last century. He had only one child, and he said that his hardest job was to teach his son how to maintain his empire. The son succeed. Why do you got a comma there? No, I'm going to get the comma. Just say the son succeeded and not only kept the business, but you're forgetting but also he expanded his company, buying other shoe companies. You mean expanded, not expended. Expanded his company, buying other shoe companies that bankrupted. According to Forbes magazine, he's the 8th billionaire on the list. I would say on the list, not in. Good example. Wow. So yeah, you do give examples to help illustrate, I think, the ideas that you're trying to argue. So that's good. Next paragraph. Another thing, another is good, second, first. You have a pretty smooth transition from one idea to the next, so that's always good. And it all connects back to what you said you're going to do in your introduction. Let's keep going. If you have an attitude to cook, try to make this a fun activity. Along with that, when we do something that gives us pleasure, we do better and with high quality. And then you have, as an example, there is one famous writer. You want to say who was born in Portugal, and who was a baker. And no, too many ands, you're killing me. This is called over-subordination. You're having some sentence structure problems. You're combining sentences together that you probably should not do. So that's going to cause you some trouble with your score there. It says, after 2 months, he started publishing his own books and never stopped. Conclusion, to become, not became, it's to become. You don't want to say past tense when you're using an infinitive. When you use infinitives, you have preposition plus the base form of the verb. Anyway, to become famous and successful in life, we have to work hard to get there. We need to trace a goal and put effort to reach it. I wouldn't say put, I would say make an effort to reach it. Or put forth an effort to reach it, maybe. We can combine luck and hard work to keep things in the right track. Furthermore, people can use skills to succeed. You mean to say to get successful. Just doing things with pleasure. It's not easy and takes time, though the success is there for everyone. All right, let's take a look at the TOEFL IBT Independent Writing Rubric Scoring Standards, and let's try to figure out where you would score right now. So probably you're not going to get the score you want right now, but at least you can know where you are and what you need to do to improve, right? So let's say 5. 5 is 30 out of 30, effectively addresses a topic and task. I'm going to say that you did. You did a decent job with that. Is well organized and well developed, using clearly appropriate explanations, exemplifications, and or details. I'm going to say yes, though in that one paragraph, you know, when you gave that example about the supermodel, you probably want to tie that back to the topic of that paragraph, but you did. You have unity, progression, coherence, your thesis, your topic sentences, they all connect together. You have displays consistent facility in the use of language, demonstrating syntactic variety, appropriate word choice, and idiomaticity, though it may have minor lexical or grammatical errors. No, you got big trouble, I hate to tell you. But this is killing you right here. This idiomaticity thing. Idiomaticity means that you're using the same kind of vocabulary and grammar that a normal college writer would use in a similar situation, but your writing is anything but natural right now. You're writing with an accent, so to speak. I can feel your very, very strong accent coming through in the writing. You're leaving out words, you're using the wrong word, you're expressing things in a really wordy way, which you could do it in a more concise way. So you're definitely not doing that. So you cannot score a 5, probably not a 4 either. Let's look again. So you're doing everything pretty well, except for the grammar and the word choice. So with 4, it says an essay at this level largely accomplishes all the following. Let's say unclear connections, maybe sometimes. Displays facility in the use of language, demonstrating syntactic variety, range of vocabulary, though it will probably have occasional noticeable minor errors in structure, word form, or use of idiomatic language that do not interfere with meaning. I'm going to say no, you got major. You have some major errors in your structure, your word form, and idiomatic language, and they do sometimes interfere in meaning. So I'm thinking I would not put it in the 2 range, though. So, I mean, don't have a heart attack here and say I'm going to put you as a 2. But I think that right now, Carolina, you're probably in the 3 level here. So you got address as a topic. Actually, you're doing better in all these areas, except for may demonstrate inconsistent facility in sentence formation and word choice that may result in lack of clarity and occasionally obscure meaning. And I'm saying, yes, this describes your essay to a T. So I think on this first essay that I'm reading of yours, you're you really need to make some improvements with your vocabulary usage. And I believe that it might seem easy to you and unnecessary, but I think in my 7-step system to pass the TOEFL, you need to go backwards. I think you went to the writing step 6 too quickly. I would suggest that you go through the vocabulary steps first. Especially, I want you to complete vocabulary lesson 3, vocabulary lesson 4, and that'll get you acquainted to about 1,700 words through listening, through reading, through matching exercises, through a whole range of things. And these are PDF documents, so I recommend that you open up the PDF file for vocabulary lesson 3, open up the one for 4, and print out those papers, and then complete those things offline. But a good goal for you is don't go on to TOEFL vocabulary lesson 4 until when you take the comprehensive exam in lesson 2, try to get at least 85% or higher on those 2 comprehensive exams. And again, when you get to vocabulary lesson 4, you should not move on to any other lesson or step until you get about 85% on the final exam. There's 3 final exams you take in that particular lesson. So make sure that you do well on those exams and you can demonstrate that you do have control of your vocabulary, because if you don't have control of your vocabulary, you end up spinning your wheels, kind of like what you're doing now. So I think the vocabulary lessons are going to help you with your automaticity of the language. So that would be one of my suggestions. Now, the second suggestion is go through the grammar lessons, as I was telling you earlier. And I think it's vocabulary lesson 3 and 4, grammar lesson 3 and 4, where I talk about punctuation. And at the end of those 2 lessons, I have a college link. It's a writing link that I want you to go to. And it has literally hundreds and hundreds of editing exercises for ESL and native speaker writers. I highly recommend that you complete all of the grammar, the writing, the research, and the ESL exercises at that site. Again, you'll see that link in my TOEFL vocabulary lesson, I think 3 and 4. TOEFL grammar lesson 3 and 4. And I think if you spend maybe 30 minutes a day doing these editing exercises, you can begin to be aware of the structure, the basic structure of the English language. And hopefully, you'll make fewer errors in the future. But this is not something that we can eliminate immediately. You have to be patient, methodical. You got to do your time, do your work day after day, a few weeks, maybe a month or 2, and I think you'll have much better control of the language than what you have right now. So basically, in conclusion to my video right now, I'm basically saying that by improving your vocabulary and your grammar proficiencies, you will be able to be a better writer, and you can solve these writing problems that are causing your score to not be higher than 3. Anyway, I'm glad that you talked to me. It was good to hear from you, and good luck in the future.